How Ridiculous is another YouTube group that gives fans hours of entertainment, but the guys can be pretty private. So let's check out some of the YouTube channel's details that fans don't know. We will check out how many viewers they have, some of their world records, a bit more details about the team, and so much more. So stick with us while we give you all of the How Ridiculous details. First up, massive amount of viewers. Their YouTube channel is incredibly popular, and the group has been working on it for years. The guys have been making these videos for more than 12 years, but it has paid off for sure. Recently, they reached 9 million subscribers on YouTube. That's seriously impressive. They're closing in on the massive 10 million mark, and of course, videos get viewed much more often than people actually hit that subscribe button, so their videos have been viewed for a staggering 2.465 billion times. That is a mind-blowing amount of views, and if only a few of those regular viewers would also subscribe, then they would really become a powerhouse on YouTube. And the really cool thing is that these guys have some viewers that have stuck around from the very start. They have some seriously dedicated fans, but their videos are always really cool, so it makes sense that people keep coming back for more. Next, what they do. For those of you out there that haven't watched a lot of How Ridiculous videos, these are guys that like to do all sorts of fun tricks and have fun while doing their videos. They do some really awesome trick shots, and they also like to use a bunch of props and drop them from incredible heights. These Australian guys have used anything that you can think of to get these videos. They've dropped things like bowling balls, basketballs, anvils, and all sorts of other smaller objects you can think of. But they don't even let things that actually exist limit them with what they can use. They also make some custom created objects, like gigantic darts, and even a specially made Mjolnir-like hammer. And size doesn't really matter either. They don't care how big an object is. If they want to use it, they will. That is why some of their props have been cars, appliances, and so much more. The sky isn't the limit, and the only real limit is what they can imagine. They're trying to get things changed up as often as possible and to give viewers loads of entertainment. They never do the same thing twice. If you want to compare How Ridiculous to any other YouTube channel, then it would probably have to be compared to Dude Perfect. But both channels are really unique and definitely not just copies of each other. Not only does How Ridiculous make some seriously cool videos, but they always try to push the boundaries of what seems to be possible. That is why it makes sense that while making these videos, they push the boundaries so much that their stunts actually break loads of records. This group has done some seriously cool stuff. The first record they broke was the Guinness World Record for the longest golf putt that wasn't for a tournament. This one was done by Stanford, and it still stands. The next one was the greatest height from which a basketball is shot. For the 5th time that the team did it, it was Derek Herron that took the shot. One of those times that they took this record, they took it from the Dude Perfect guys, and then their third record was done by Stanford, and they set the highest ping pong ball shot into a red plastic cup. Like I said, these tricks that they do aren't quite normal baseball shots. They really think way out of the box and do some seriously cool things. So, how did the group meet? The 3 main team members have been friends since they were kids. They all met when at church and youth, and they loved spending time together from that time onwards. It was fun to do sports and play as children do. They just pushed each other to do crazy stuff and to invent new sports. As they got older, their tricks got bigger, and it kept getting wilder. Obviously, just doing something normal wouldn't be fun anymore. So they pushed the limits, and then they started to film the stunts that they were doing. It was awesome, and they decided that it was too cool to not share with the world. Their fan base grew, and more and bigger companies wanted in on the action, and that's how they built the brand. Next, what is the 44 Club? At the beginning of the channel, the group wasn't entirely sure how often their videos were really being watched. Did people just start it and then switch off? They didn't know. So, during the video right at the end, they asked their viewers who were still around to comment 44 if they were still watching. 44 is Scott's favorite number. Then Brett said, 44 Club, get on board, and that is how the name of the fan club was born. It's made of people who love these videos so much that they would never miss one that gets posted. They also watch the videos from beginning to end. The fan club name might not make any sense when you hear it for the first time, but it has a fun origin story. Are you a member of the 44 Club? Do you always watch How Ridiculous ridiculous videos every time they post and watch all the way to the end? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Next up, we'll check out some interesting facts about the guys, Rexy, and so much more. Stick around. How Ridiculous consists of 3 main members that started it all: Brett Stanford, Scott Gaunson, and Derek Herron. They are the 3 that will usually be doing the shots and who will be on the screen most of the time, but they also recently added another member, Jack Wallace, or Editor Jack, whose main job is to do the camera work and to get the videos ready to be posted. He is seen on the videos every so often and has shown that he has some unique skills too. At first, How Ridiculous was just a hobby. The guys had other jobs and they were doing the videos for their own entertainment. For example, Brett was a youth pastor and a part-time physio when he decided it was the time to completely focus on How Ridiculous. There were a lot of brands and countries that wanted to team up with the group to make videos. Brands like KFC, Disney, Subway, and a lot more have teamed up with How Ridiculous to make content. The guys have said that they felt like God created this avenue for them to do what they really love and to live their dreams. They get to travel the world while doing their tricks and make a difference while doing it too, but more on that in a little bit. Another important member of How Ridiculous is Rexy. But let me tell you, the poor guy has been put through the ringer. He's been frozen in ice, thrown out of a helicopter, got hit by a falling washing machine, and so much more. If it can be done to a little T-Rex, then the How Ridiculous team has done it to poor Rexy. That is why he is generally battered and bruised from everything that they put him through. He's probably been through the worst torture of any of How Ridiculous team. For fans that really love him, you can even get your own Rexy from the How Ridiculous merch store. Hopefully, the one you get will be in a little better condition than the who knows what you could do on your own. Next, giving back. One of the biggest goals that How Ridiculous wanted to achieve through their work was to praise God with every video, and also to give back to people in need. They didn't just want to make loads of money while doing their tricks. They wanted to make sure that they can give back to others and make others' lives better. And often this starts with helping children break the cycle of poverty in countries where they might not have as many opportunities as they need to change things. They work very closely with Compassion, a Christian organization that works with individual children and helps them to get out of a cycle of poverty by empowering them to have the ability to do more than their families before them. Their team has also sponsored children on their own in regions like Southeast Asia. The families might not have the means to help their children get an education and so create a better life. Brett tells the story of how they met one of the children they sponsored who had gone on to study, get an education, and who now works as a teacher in a school. Now, he can also pay it forward and help even more children get out of this cycle and have a brighter future, not only for themselves, but for their families and communities too. How incredible is that? Which How Ridiculous video is your favorite? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Thanks for watching.